Welcome, my dear students, to the video lecture of chapter directing. We are doing the motivation part. Motivation is an element of directing. Clear? So, today we will discuss the incentives. Okay, now let's start. What is incentives or what are incentives? Incentive means all measures which are used to motivate people to improve their performances. Or we can say that incentive can be defined as monetary or non monetary reward offered to the employees for contributing more efficiently. Clear? So we can say that it is classified into two broad categories, that is financial and non-financial incentive. Now we will discuss what are financial incentives and what are non-financial incentives. So the financial incentives are in the direct form of monetary or in the form of financial, or it can be measurable in the monetary term and serve to motivate people for better performance. And financial incentives are provided on individual or on group basis. As we know that money plays a very important role in our daily life to satisfy the physical needs of daily life and also to obtain the social position and power. So it is a very important incentive for each and every individual. Clear? There are various types of financial incentives which are generally used in organization. They are as follows: pay and allowances, productivity linked wage incentives, bonus, profit sharing, co-partnership or stock options, retirement benefits, and perquisites. We will discuss all these types of financial incentives in detail and one by one. So we will start with pay and allowances. We all know that salary is the basic incentive, which includes the basic pay and many other allowances. Pay increment and enhancement of allowances are done to motivate the employees. Regular increment in salary and grant of allowances, no doubt, they act as a good motivators. So some organization, they keep on providing hikes and allowances so that employees will be motivated enough to perform to their best ability. Now the next one is productivity linked wage incentive. It can also be considered as one of the principle of scientific management, that is differential piece wage system. This incentive aims at linking the payment of the employees or the payment of the wages to increase in the productivity. Means if they will produce more, they will get more wages or more salary. And the next one is bonus. Now, what is bonus? Bonus is one-time extra reward offered to the employees for sharing high performance. So, bonus is an incentive offered over and above the wages or salaries. Means bonus is given extra to the employees. Clear? Now, the next one is profit sharing. No doubt, as the name suggests, profit sharing means to provide a share to employees in the profit of the organization. This serve as a motivator to the employees to improve their performance and contribute to increase the profits. It means that if employees are given extra profit, or if the employees have been given chance to share from the profit of the organization, no doubt they will perform in a better way. So that means they will keep this thing in the mind that if they will perform better, if they will do something extra for the good profit of the organization, indirectly it will come to them only. Okay. In this case, that is in co-partnership or stock option, employees are motivated by offering them the shares of the company at a set market price, at a set price lower than the market price. And when company offer them the partnership, means when they offer them the shares of the company, no doubt it gives the sense of ownership into the mind of the organization. It create a feeling of ownership to the employees, and then they they are motivated to work hard for the growth of the organization. Some organization, they offer retirement benefits such as pension, provident fund, gratuity, etc. to motivate people. These incentives are suitable for employees who have safety and security need. Clear? And it gives security to the employees after the retirement. And but these retirement benefits, they acts as a incentives or the motivator to the people while working in the organization. And finally, the perquisites. Perquisites and fringe benefits are given again over and above the salary. It refers to the special benefits such as car allowances, housing allowances, medical aid, medical facility, free education for children, etc., given to the employees. These extra benefits are related with the performance of the employees, and they act as a motivators or incentives for the people working in the organization. Now financial incentives are over. Now we will switch on to the non-financial incentives. Now let us see what are non-financial incentives. Incentives which cannot be calculated in the term of money. Non-financial incentives, they provide psychological and emotional satisfaction to the employees. But sometimes monetary aspects are also involved in non-financial incentives. We all know that money is not only the motivator, but sometimes people or the employees, they have some esteem need or self-actualization need active in them, and which they want to be satisfied, and these needs can be satisfied only with the non-monetary incentives. Okay. There are many ways to motivate people by using non-financial incentives. They are by giving them status, by providing good organizational climate, by giving them career advancement opportunities, job enrichment, employees recognition programs, job security, employees participation, and employee empowerment. Now once again, we will study all the different types of non-financial incentives one by one. Clear? Let's start with the first non-financial incentive, that is status. Status means ranking of position in the organization. Okay. Status refers to the rank, authority, responsibility, recognition, and prestige related to job. By offering higher status or rank in the organization, managers can motivate employees who are having esteem and self-actualization need active in them. By this way, psychological, social, and esteem needs of an individual are satisfied by the status given to their job. The next one is organizational climate. Organizational climate refers to the characteristics of the organization which defines and distinguishes an organization from another one. These characteristics are individual autonomy, reward, orientation, and consideration to employee. If an organization is providing a very good climate or very good ambience to the employees, means if managers are taking positive measures regarding the aspects, will help to create a better organizational climate, whereas negative approach may spoil the climate. Employees are always motivated in the healthy organizational climate. So it is very important to have a good organizational climate in the organization. Now the next one is career advancement opportunities. All the employees in any of the organization should be provided opportunity to improve their skills and to be promoted to the higher level jobs. Appropriate skill development programs and sound promotion policy always help employees to achieve the promotion, and promotion is considered to be a very big stimulator or motivator which induces people to perform to their best level. And if employees will know in advance that they will be given promotion if they will do best, if they will learn a lot of things, if they will improve their skills. No doubt they will give 100% to it. Next one is job enrichment. Employees get bored, by performing routine job. They enjoy doing job which offers them variety and opportunity to show their skill and talent. So it is the job of the manager to design jobs that include greater variety of work, content, and require higher level of knowledge and skill, and giving workers more autonomy and responsibility motivates the employees, because challenging job itself is a very good motivator or stimulator. Okay, so they have to enrich the job with more interesting aspect. After job enrichment, we will discuss employee recognition programs. Recognition means acknowledgement with a show of appreciation. And employees are always looking for the recognition, means they always want appreciation for their work. Some examples of employee recognition are congratulating the employees for good performance, displaying on the notice board or in the company newsletter about the achievement of the employees, installing award or certificates for best performance, distributing mementos, complimentaries like t-shirts in recognition of employee services, rewarding an employee for giving valuable suggestion. These are the few examples or the ways of recognizing and appreciating the employees. Because and when we appreciate, when we recognize the work or the hard work of an employee, no doubt they will feel motivated to perform or to work at a higher level with more and extra zeal. Now, job security. No doubt secure job gives a sense of stability about future income, and it motivates people to work with great zeal. But at the same time, there is some negative aspects attached to the job security. People may become complacent, may become lethargic when they will have the sense that now their job is secure. They are not likely to lose their job even if they are not working properly or not. So security, at the same time it is a motivator also, and at the same time it has got some negative aspects, means it has got some negativity into it. After job security, it is employee participation. Employee participation means involving employees in decision making of the issues related to them. It can be done in the form of joint management committee, work committees, canteen committees, etc. Employees follow the decision more sincerely when decisions are taken in consultation with them. It means if target of production is fixed by consulting employees, then they will try their hard to achieve the target more sincerely. Okay. And finally, the last non-financial incentive is employee empowerment. Employee empowerment means giving more autonomy and powers to the subordinates or to the employees. Empowerment makes feel people that their jobs are important. This feeling contributes positively to the use of their skills and talents in the job performance. Empowerment develops confidence in employees. They use positive skills to prove that they are performing to the best when freedom is given to them. Finally, we have come to the end of the motivation part of the directing chapter. We have studied 5 different types of needs in the Maslow's hierarchy, and all these financial and non-financial incentives that just now we have discussed in the video, all are used to satisfy right from starting the basic physiological need to the self-actualization need. So there are so many things, and I hope that you have understood all the incentives, both financial and non-financial. Okay, now from the next time we will study the next element of directing, that is leadership.